Always our pleasure. Once again, this is News Tonight at 8. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. Elizabeth Nakakoni is already with us on sign language. First, though, let's look at the top stories. Tonight, Premier Nabanja meets Italian Development Corporation delegation. And with NRM defectors, over 100 NUP members dump the party. At Chambogo University, staff strike, students left without lectures. Now into the news, over 100 NUP members have ditched their party, handed their cards to NRM leaders and vowed to bring more supporters into the ruling party's fold. Under the changed youth group, the defectors claimed they were won over by NRM's visions and achievements, a claim swiftly dismissed by the regional NUP leaders. Let's hear more in this report.
Senior Presidential Advisor Mishak Kawamara led the event, drawing top NRM leaders from across the region. The celebrations kicked off with a lively march and a boda convoy through the streets of Fort Portal Tourism City. The parade, which was meant to publicly display the youth's shift in allegiance, concluded at Boma Grounds, the venue for the main celebrations.
I have decided to join the movement. No turning back, no turning back.
Hundreds of NRM supporters gathered at the grounds to welcome the new members amidst songs of praise for the ruling party.
And thank you, the youth, for changing. You can choose not to change. But the fact that you have accepted to change, to attain a the change is historical.
Stanley Bayole, the resident city commissioner of Fort Portal Tourism City, and Kamukama Nicholas, the resident district commissioner of Bunyangabu, were among those who welcomed the new members.
You can choose not to change, but the fact that you have accepted to change, to attain a so the change is historical.
I therefore urge the youth, the media, the radio presenters, let us be objective while we are behind the microphone. That microphone can make a country, can animate a country. Whatever statement that you say should be for the good of the people that are listening.
Also present were district leaders from across the region, security officials, and other dignitaries who expressed their excitement over the mass defection.
Mwebale muno kugonza NRM etuempoweringire netugonza and in the plan Z. You said something about the opposition not wanting the youth, not knowing you who puts 100 million in your election. Hati nyombe ndi ankole sub-region. Our president nagenda mpaka hali ya hansi parish na lolo muntu wa PDM na mhamilionemu na atambula every district. Really, hawa tutakumkoma kan tukamgonza tukamhekisange kindi. And I am true.
Moses Wambale, leader of the changed youth group, said they left NUP after judging its vision as unpromising.
Very many people have been criticizing it, but I thank our patron, Mr. Kawamara Misachi, for pushing us to reach all this day and having this day achieved. We shall be proud of you until.
Mishak Kawamara praised the youth for their decision, encouraging them to continue mobilizing others to join the NRM party. Regional leaders of the National Unity Platform, however, refuted the claims, arguing that most of the so-called defectors are not known to them. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Well, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, has directed the Ministry of Works and the Chinese contractor on Charlie Wajala Kira Kasangati Matuga Road to take over all the remaining parts of the road, that those who refused government compensation go to court. The directive comes after the State Minister for Works, Mose Chweru, informed her that the project has stalled because some people have refused the compensation and other inflated compensations.
Today, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, spent part of the day inspecting the progress on the construction of Chaliwajara, Kira, Kasangati Matuga Road. The Prime Minister was taken to some petrol stations like Total, who, according to the Minister of Works, are demanding compensation of 2.5 billion Uganda shillings on a small piece of land needed for the road expansion.
Agati billion 2.5 mu million 5 zigenda wawa nga twagalako kanokoka kati mwagalako kanokoka mina kutuseyo tote mate tote mele electrified kati mama billion.
The Prime Minister found a similar situation at Shell petrol station.
You see, it comes from there, it is just here. And you, Mama tells me it is 1.1? 1.9 billion. Yes, 1.9 billion.
The funding is what we give to our people. That's why they are.
The project is stalled.
The project is stalling, and that's why we cannot afford to work on roads.
Yes.
She discovered that the delay to complete the road is because some people have refused compensation and others inflated the compensation.
Some people here have resisted compensation, even when the money was available. And that is what is holding. That's what's holding the contractor now from opening it, so he can only stop where. Then from somewhere, how many kilometers? From 4 kilometers from here, we haven't compensated completely up to Matuga. Now, how many kilometers? 3.5 kilometers. The other one is completely built up.
We also need to regulate the petrol stations.
Yes.
This one does not have enough land. I'm wondering how NEMA could allow this to happen. Whether we have paid these people or not, they shouldn't
hold this
business.
Thank you.
She directed the Minister of Works and the Chinese contractors to take over all the remaining parts of the road, and that those who refuse government compensation go to court.
But what I can see, even before cabinet decision, these ones should go to court.
Precisely.
The road should continue, like we did in my district.
Yes.
We agreed let the road continue.
Yes.
Whoever was aggrieved to go to court.
Yes.
Because the procedure is there.
Nabanja says the law allows government to do this.
I think what we should do is to invoke the law.
Yes.
Let these people go to court.
Yeah.
We shall compensate them from there.
Precisely.
I think that's, as the Prime Minister, I have this, I can direct.
Thank you.
So let the contractor continue.
Yes.
People go to court.
Yes.
Then we handle it there.
I just wanted you to make that appreciation, Mama.
Otherwise, tuja kubera mu bino bya ping-pong.
Yes.
Let the contractor be given security. He comes, works on the road.
Because the law allows us to put money in the account of a person who has been valued. The Attorney General's office can put money and say, Mose Chweru, his property is a petrol station in Kira. We have put there 100 million. He says he needs $1 billion. No, but as far as our valuation is concerned, it's 100. Then the rest, they sort it out now. We will now sort it out in court.
Kyaliwajara, Kira, Kasangati Matuga Road was contracted to China International Construction Corporation.
And Minister of Water, same government agencies. Minister of Water putting a major pipe that comes from Katosi going to Naguru on where the interchange is supposed to be, and therefore the interchange cannot now be implemented because there's a big water pipe sitting under it. So the only way is to relocate, and relocating means money. Was it adamant on the side of national water that they were told that this project was coming, and they still went ahead and put a big pipe I wanted you to provide leadership again, Mama, on this one, so that we in Works and Minister of Water should find out who exactly is responsible for this double costing, because this project is not a new one, both of them. So there should have been synchronization of operations. How come we make a commitment of billions? Now in the next few days we are destroying it to relocate it.
I will send the IGG to investigate, or even, because this is criminal, negligence of duty. And why? Because if they knew the road was coming, why put that big pipe? And if the ministry did not, we did not communicate among ourselves, where is the problem? Somebody must answer.
Now, Prime Minister Robina Nabanja has held bilateral talks with the Italian delegation on how Uganda and Italy can work together to implement programs that benefit both countries. In the meeting held at the office of the Prime Minister and attended by some ministers and technical officials, issues including construction of the Hoima-Kinyara-Kafu transmission line were also discussed.
Prime Minister Right Honorable Nabanja Robina has held a meeting with an Italian delegation with which they discussed several issues, including construction of the Hoima-Kinyara-Kafu transmission line to create initial connection between Karuma Hydropower Dam. Also discussed were construction of a port in the town of Majanji and a railway line connecting the port to the city of Tororo, a sanitation project in the districts of Rubanda, Gisoro, Wakiso, Kayunga, Kalaki, and Soroti.
I don't say you cannot invest here because you make losses. I know no investor can be attracted to any economy to make losses. I know that. But Uganda investment is viable. You cannot, at least one factory. So that, because I want you to appreciate really, we have supported Italy.
Other issues also included climate-resilient water supply, health initiative like prevention and integration for maternal, newborn and child health in northern Uganda. Premier Nabanja also put emphasis on agricultural mechanization, supporting capacity development of private sector associations, cooperatives model, aquaculture in Lake Victoria, and the tourism value chain. Nabanja lauded the Italian government for the support extended to Uganda, but requested them to establish coffee processing factories here in the country to create employment for Ugandans.
Uganda can accommodate any variety of coffee in the world. That's where I want you to come in at this seedlings level, so that you can have all those other varieties that you blend. Yes? So that we can have a factory here. And when you have a factory here, you will just export your coffee to wherever. Now drink it here in the country. Now that you are going to teach us how to drink coffee.
The Minister for Works and Transport, General Edward Katumba Wamala, says that works on Majanji are in progress to reduce on traffic on roads.
We should be able, because right now all our trade is landed on one, what we call the Northern Corridor, that is from Mombasa all through to here, and then we distribute. But we think that the Lake Victoria is a very, very vital resource, which we should exploit further, and the water transport is far cheaper. So it is water transport cheapest, railway, then roads.
The Attorney General of Uganda, Chiriwa Chiwanuka, assured the delegation of support to have all the projects and programs implemented.
I assure you that you have our full support on these projects. We shall work tirelessly to ensure that we finish all this work as and when we get this work presented to us, and make sure that we support these projects.
Other ministers in attendance also emphasized agriculture, aquaculture, trade and investment and tourism.
The issue of us having a lot of water in Uganda and yet we are underutilizing it. There are countries that are not having what we have, like Uganda, like Victoria.
Import-export promotion, which is linked to the breaking of the and pressing of the farmers, especially in coffee, but also in other areas, comply with European standards.
Mr. Carlo Battori, the leader of the Italian delegation from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, says that the intervention will provide avenues for developing the country.
We want to invest on the very first power of Uganda and Africa, which is human resources. This is basically the essence of what we are doing in partnership, engaging partnership with all our priority.
The meeting marked a significant milestone in the continued collaboration between Uganda and Italy.
Now, in a top story, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has welcomed the move to accord 2 permanent seats for the African countries at the United Nations Security Council. Museveni, who has been addressing military officers from the Algerian Military Academy from his country home in Rakitura, notes that the seats can be shared on rotation basis among African member states.
That's why Africa cannot progress in their prosperity.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has offered a lecture of opportunity to the visiting delegation from the Algerian Military Academy.
We are very happy to be the guests of Uganda.
تلقينا شروحات من المدير والذي بالمناسبة
The professor Kwigirga Askas
طلب منا أن نتفضل بتقديم تحياته لكم
to present his
لفخامتكم.
The delegation has called on the president at his country home in Rakitura.
The issues of the military industry
في أوغندا وأين كان هناك حوار متبادل في عدة أسئلة مشتركة في هذا القطاع.
Where we saw that we share the same values and the same goals in this issue.
The free clustered address to the visiting team by the president of Uganda highlighted Africa's major problems.
It's good that you have come so that we share the thinking, fikra.
And he goes on to break down how Africa has endured all this pain for many years regardless of having had great leaders and thinkers.
There are a lot of problems in Africa caused by mistakes. Africa would have been far stronger than we are now, but there are mistakes. And the mistakes are because we don't share. Everybody is an expert.
For Uganda's case, Museveni briefed the Algerian delegation how the NRM government is working around the clock to revive the country's economy.
In the anti-colonial struggle we are sharing, because you would see us studying the works of Mao Zedong, what Mao Zedong wrote, we study, we pick Che Guevara, Ben Bera, what did they do? But after independence, there was a problem of arrivism.
On issues regarding politics, Museveni lectures that in circumstances where prosperity is isolated, politics can't thrive.
Like in Uganda here, even in other areas, there was a mistake of ignoring the private sector. Our economy has done well, and it's doing well because we use both. We use both the altruism and also the egocentrism. The majority of the people are egocentric. They want to benefit. So we take advantage of the majority, but we also keep and that's how the Chinese have done well. But now, our second historical mission is we identified as strategic security. How can Africa be secure strategically from all threats, because the lagging behind of Africa in technology. So, third historical mission was that, in our view, it is easier to guarantee prosperity of the Africans and strategic security, because after all, these people are similar people or linked people.
In this case, Museveni says political federation within Africa is crucial.
Patriotism in Algeria, in Uganda, maybe in Tanzania, maybe in another country, then you get together now. You get together and you start now. In some of the, where you can go far, like in the case of East Africa, we can go far and form a federation. We shall achieve that federation because the people want it. People want it here.
With regards to Africa holding permanent seats at the UN Security Council, Museveni reiterates that it has been long overdue.
The UN Security Council seat, yes, we are entitled. We are entitled, but because of the weakness, because we are weak, they now like as if they are doing us a favor. We go on begging year after year. But otherwise, they have now agreed to give two seats to Africa in the Security Council. So the remaining questions are now two. So the question is who? Some countries want to, me, please. Don't waste our time. Let the two seats be for the African Union, and we can select in rotation after every 3 years or whatever, this one, the other one. Then when you go there, you take the position of the African Union. But not Nigeria, South Africa, Egypt, all this selfishness. I hear there are a lot of maneuvers on that. So the struggle continues.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Algerian olive oil.
And into the religious fraternity, the holy month of Ramadan has begun across the globe. Muslims from all walks of life are observing fasting and striving for spiritual purity. In this first episode, we explore what Ramadan means to the Muslim community.
Walking the streets, the word on the mouth is the upcoming month of Ramadan. The notion that items will be scarce during the holy month comes to play. However, to many, Ramadan is a month of joy, giving back to communities and regaining faith in Allah.
khalakana wa razakana yatutonda atugabirira walam yatulukuna hamala teyatulekawo kulya butaala tumwebaza jalla jalaluhu yatujja kujuma omwaka oguwedde nga tuyingira omwezi gwa Ramadani nga tukyali balamu fe abakyaliwo.
The word Ramadan comes from the Arabic word Ramadan, which comes from the raw meaning scorching heat, a classical Arabic verb meaning becoming intensely hot. Ramadan begins with sighting of the crescent moon, which usually appears one night after a new moon. After a new moon, this year, Ramadan is expected to begin on the evening of Friday and will conclude on the evening of Sunday, 30th March.
Oguli muli kimu kyonna mubarakun ogw'emikisa shahru siyam omwezi ogw'okusiiba wal qiyam n'okuyimirira shahru qiraatul Qur'an omwezi ogw'okusoma Qur'an n'agamba shahru sadaqat omwezi ogw'okusaddaaka n'agamba omwezi itqum minan nar Allah ajja abantu mu muliro shahrul gufran omwezi ogw'okusonyiwa shahrur rahma omwezi ogw'okusaasira.
It is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, along with faith, prayer, charity, and pilgrimage. Ramadan commemorates the Quran first being revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, a sacred moment honored with abstinence between sunrise and sunset.
Nono omusajja bwe yagamba mumanyi yagamba nti bw'otunula ebiri mu hadiisi eyo byonna abantu twagala kuyingira jjana Katonda atuwonya omuliro abantu twagala Katonda ayanukula edduwa zonna ze tusaba abantu Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tusaba atusitula amadaala agawaggulu ejjana eyo gye tulaba Allah yagiteekerateekera.
The month of Ramadan sees Muslims across the world fasting and praying before breaking their fast to sundown alongside family and friends. And if it is seeking forgiveness and purity from Allah, then the entire month covers this. But the question is, who is to fast and not to fast? These questions will be answered in our next episode. Ngabo Amon, reporting for Ibis TV in Kampala.
Now into the education sector, Chambog University students are urging the government to urgently address the lecturers' demand for a salary increment to enable them return to class. This appeal comes as the lecturers' strike enters its third week, leaving students stranded with their academic activities disrupted.
For the last 2 weeks, lecturers at Chambog University have been on strike over pay rise. The university's public relations officer, Robin Tunomujuni, says only professors and associate professors have received salary increments, leaving out other categories of academic staff. Despite multiple engagements with stakeholders, efforts to secure a pay rise for all staff have been unsuccessful. Mr. Tunomujuni suggests that someone might have slept on the president's promise, leading to its failure in implementation.
Naye president mugwa 2017 yagamba ba staff ba university ajja kuongera ku misaala yabwe, okuongera si kubasasula emisaala, ajja kuongera ku misaala gyabwe, era abamu ng'aba professors abakenkufu baffe bo yabawa era n'abawera ddala. Naye waliwo abantu abalala awansi eyo abatafuna ku ssente ezo, kati ne bagamba nti president yalagira era yagamba nti kino kikolebwe. Bo kye bagamba nti wayinza okubaayo omuntu mu ofiisi zino endala abatakola omulimu gwabwe. Nabo ne bagamba nedda bwe zitabaawo katubeeko kye tukola, katwekolemu omulimu, tubajjukize nti president waffe waliwo kye yatugamba era kye tubajjukiza kati.
A little walk around Chambogo University reveals an institution in limbo. Deserted walkways, closed lecture halls, and small groups of students gathering mainly to access Wi-Fi services or check if classes have resumed. The strike is not unique to Chambogo University, as staff in other public universities have also laid down their tools over similar grievances.
The strike is for all public universities. Yes. Mbarara was fully engaged. Busitema fully participated. Chambogo participated. And apart from like maybe MUBS, Makerere, Gulu, I think they're about to be on board. So it has actually not ended. Only that, different leaders in these institutions have their different leadership style. So it depends on how you handle your university.
Despite some students paying full tuition, students describe the experience as frustrating, made worse by the lack of public outcry over the prolonged lecturers' strike.
You cannot attend to empty classes where there are no lecturers. Research, which is mostly science-based, our lecturers totally left and we cannot be guided as the students. But what humiliates or pains us, we are paying fees and we clear the fees. We are paying for all these things, they are not free of charge. So the government should quicken the response as early as possible to ensure that everything is worked upon. And as Chambogo University students in the university, we are not just going to keep silent as we continue to lose. It is our right to have education.
The institution failed to hold good elections in October 2024 due to financial constraints. and students claim the lack of leadership has left them without a formal voice to push for urgent intervention.
So we no longer have an active guild president, which is one of the factors as to why we are no longer having any pushing leadership in the university that can easily solve our affairs as the scholars.
With weeks passing and no resolution in sight, students remain uncertain about when academic activities will resume. Crispus Arinitwe, Win Mokisa, UBC News.
Thank you both. Now, Ministry of Works and Transport will no longer issue out license registration for motorcycle riders who do not possess the two standard helmets. Minister for Works, General Edward Katumba Wamala, says this is part of the global commitment where the production and sale of motorcycles will have to accommodate two standard helmets. This shall help reduce on road accidents.
The Minister for Works and Transport, General Edward Katumba Wamala, says that motorcycle riders must have two standard helmets to qualify for a license. This is part of the interventions to ensure safety of both the rider and passenger while on the road.
Every motorcycle which is being sold and every motorcycle, for it to be registered and get a number, it must have two helmets which have SIO standard. Because not every helmet is safe enough. It may not be a border, it's just a motorcycle, not necessarily border. Because even your personal motorcycle, you may use it to carry either your wife, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, so you should have the two helmets.
The ministry has announced that mandatory inspection of vehicles will commence in July 2025.
Gradually, we are going to use this time, the period of March to June, to educate the public, to test the equipment, to train the people, and come 1st July, we shall now go in full mandatory vehicle inspection.
The enforcement of a 30 km/h speed limit in trading centers and around schools remains ongoing.
And this will also be enforced at the school zones and hospital areas. If some of you have been moving around Mulago Hospital, you realize that even as a patient struggles to cross the road, somebody is hooting to make it very unsafe for that patient to cross.
Road users are urged to respect road signs.
On the road talks to you. It tells you that from here, use 50. Here, use 80. The question is, how many people respond to that road as it talks to you?
Some of the cases, we may not give tickets, but choose to detain you for 48 hours and then take you to court. Because it has come to our notice that some of you are no longer now adhering to the fines.
Relatedly, traffic police highlights the divergences in place to facilitate the construction of Lower Kakonge Road and a box caravan at Natete Old Massacre Road that will commence on the 3rd of March 2025.
To facilitate the upgrade, the following road closures and diversions will be implemented. 1. Closure at Haas Petrol Station, and motorists will be diverted to proceed to Rukuli Link, that is Ruziga Road, along Gaba Road. Closure at Teletubbies Nursery and Primary School, and motorists will be diverted to proceed to Rukuli Link of Ziga Road along Rukuli Road. There will be local access road diversions and include the following. 1. There will be diversion at Narikande Road to access Rukuli Road. There will be diversion at Kasule Road to access Rukuli Road. There will also be diversion at Mutsubaro Road to access Rukuli Road. A main diversion will be implemented at Rukuli Link, Buziga Road, for motorists who do not reside within the project area.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Hey, Nkowe High School. Now wana tufunye wo muwanguzi owa MTN Momo. Ye wangu de school fees ezo mwaka mulamba tebereza. Hey, ulote mutima kati.
Banange sanyu byenye nali amochi wagonya njaga nyangu amali walonze erinyo.
Esisi?
Njanya wangula school fees.
Eza Momo.
Eza Momo.
Ezo mwaka mulamba.
Okumala mwaka mulamba de musanyu.
Oh my goodness.
Banange MTN mwene yaza ne yaze.
Wanje?
Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
Nkubiriza muzadde munange yonna gy'oli. Wallahi sasulia school fees for Momo Pay.
Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
All right, listen up. Quality is on a mission. It makes our gums happy and our teeth strong. See? We're moving forward and making changes.
It's kind of a big thing. Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
And we'll leave no smile behind.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
And into our next segment, Her Excellency, the Austrian Ambassador to Uganda, Dr. Kaja Keshkbauma, has reaffirmed Austria's commitment to supporting climate action in Uganda's Albertine Rift region during the national launch of the Integrated Mechanisms for Protection and Adaptation of Climate Threats. The project, which is for 5 years, is to be implemented by Jane Goodall Institute, Uganda, with support of the Ministry of Water and Environment, with focus on enhancing the resilience of communities and River Nkusi catchment area.
The Austrian Ministry for Climate Action, Environment, Energy, Mobility, Innovation and Technology, represented, as I mentioned, by Ms. Cornelia Jäger today, who's online, has long been at the forefront of advocating for climate action, working to mitigate climate change impacts and to enhance adaptation efforts.
At the national launch of the Impact Project, which took place in Kampala, key stakeholders were involved to ensure effective engagement. Dr. Calistine Mugaya, speaking on behalf of the Minister of State for Water and Environment, called for collaboration and integrated planning to restore the water catchment area.
We do realize as a country that if we don't strategically address issues of climate change, then we continue moving in a circle. The country right now is faced with the recurrent challenges of floods. After a few months, you get droughts. After a few months, you get landslides. So we need to strategically address these issues. And these issues cannot be addressed by government alone.
The event featured discussions on pressing issues and successful interventions at district level. In Chikube, there is a greater need for climate change awareness, with Jane Goodall Institute efforts coming in handy.
We are creating alternative livelihood options. For instance, still through the support of Jane Goodall Institute, our farmers were supported with apiary. They are into beekeeping, and this is true for the forest adjacent communities, such that the pressure that would be put on the resource is somehow reverted. Jane Good also went ahead and supported us with a honey processing equipment.
Over the years, the Jane Goodall Institute has placed local communities at the heart of conservation through community-led approach. According to Mr. James Byamukama, the project will focus on integrating sustainable enterprises in vulnerable communities.
We are looking at this as an integrated mechanism for protection, for making people resilient. And that's why you saw in this launch, we had almost all the partners and across, because we are bringing about harmony between the people, between the environment and the developments that surround both the livelihoods of the people, but also strengthen the economy.
The Impact Project, funded by the Austrian Ministry for Climate Action, Environment, Energy, Mobility, Innovation and Technology, aims to plant 3.6 million trees in forest, wetlands and riverbank ecosystems in Kagadi and Chikube districts. It will also engage 3,500 households in apiary, coffee value chain and other alternative livelihoods.
Climate change affects us all, and we need to do something to protect the vulnerable communities, and we need to help them to adapt to that change.
Uganda National Bureau of Standards, UNBS, through the Ministry of Trade, has received new equipment for sampling and testing aflatoxins. This vital equipment, donated by the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, is aimed at enhancing agricultural commodities and trade in the region.
For many years, Uganda's grains have faced rejection on the international market due to poor agricultural standards related to aflatoxins.
As you know, aflatoxins is a big problem in the grain sector and the grain chain, value chain, and it's one of the things that is affecting the health of the public, but also affecting trade within and without of the country.
This issue allegedly accrued from Uganda National Bureau of Standards' limited capacity to carry out sampling and testing of grains for aflatoxins across the country.
It is equipment that is going to augment what we already have in UNBS. As you know, we have laboratories at UNBS that test for a number of things, among which is aflatoxin, of course. But what this is going to do is it is going to give us additional capacity to be able to do a lot more on the testing of grains.
However, this situation is poised to change as the government has received additional equipment from COMESA.
COMESA Secretariat supplied to the government of Uganda through the ministry an assortment of grain equipment to enable grinding proficiency test schemes to be carried out under the project.
This equipment is a donation from COMESA, and it is equipment that enables anyone to sample and test for aflatoxins.
There is much optimism that this new equipment will not only boost agricultural commodities trade in the region, but also improve health standards among Ugandans.
It's important to note that aflatoxin is not only a problem for trade with our partners, but also an internal problem. So we are also addressing the internal problem. Schools, all boarding schools largely rely on grains, kaunga, posho to eat, and we want to ensure that our children are safe.
Valerie Mwahula, Chris Basarinaitwe, UBC News.
Now, leaders and road users in Moroto municipality are decrying the slow progress of the Moroto-Lakitanyara road, which has generated excessive dust affecting road users and patients at Moroto Regional Referral Hospital. Locals fear that the dust and lack of road signs pose a serious risk for accidents.
Construction of Moroto-Lokitanyala Road began in May 2021 and was initially said to be completed within 30 months. The project, valued at 236 billion Uganda shillings, is funded by the government of Uganda. During last year's inspection by the State Minister for Works and the Parliamentary Committee on Infrastructure, the Deputy Resident Engineer overseeing the project assured that the road would be handed over in December.
China Railway number 3. The supervision team on ground is the in-house, UNRWA in-house construction and supervision team. Is currently intended to have a completion date of 2nd December 2024.
Going on, some parts have been done, but as they were coming towards the town, the work has stalled.
However, work has since stalled and the area has been engulfed in thick dust, affecting road users, patients at Moroto Regional Referral Hospital and nearby residents.
It's not safe with a lot of dust, including even school children when they cross, and the winds of even the vehicle passing. There's a lot of dust. You cannot even see somebody coming next to you, and it will even cause an accident. Mostly with these strong winds of ours, it will cause an accident.
Last year, one of our staff got an accident as a result of the works which have been abandoned by.
There are no signposts on the road, signages on the road. There are no humps. So the bodabodas are flying, the vehicles are flying. So we are asking.
Suffering with the disease, now the does come and again adding problems to problems.
Several access roads connecting to the main road have also been blocked. Leaders attribute the delays to the absorption of Uganda National Roads Authority into the Ministry of Works and Transport. They explained their ongoing efforts to engage the ministry on the matter.
The PS on Monday this week, and we explained to him what is on ground. We even proposed to him that the water bowser, which is now at the yards of UNRWA here, should be released to water that road, maybe thrice in a day to reduce the dust. He promised to send a team to first of all do assessment of the equipment which the road are left behind. We want to report that team came and they have finished to do the assessment.
Meanwhile, locals are urging the government to expedite the construction process. The Moroto-Lokitanyala Road is 42-kilometer stretch linking Karamoja to Turkana and West Pokot in Kenya.
Now, news just in indicates that Uganda Muslim Supreme Council through the Department of Sharia have announced that the holy month of Ramadan will commence on Saturday, and that is the 1st of March 2025, after the Ramadan crescent moon was sighted in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. With this confirmation, more than 1.8 billion Muslims across the world will begin fasting from sunrise to sunset every day. The head of Sharia Department at Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, Dr. Sheikh Ziyad Luanga, calls upon the Muslim community in Uganda to adhere to the set principles that should be followed throughout the holy month.
شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخرى. The crescent moon of Ramadan has been sighted today. So, fasting for this year of 1445 after Hijrah, 46 after Hijrah, corresponds to 2025 after death, will therefore commence tomorrow, Saturday, 1st of March 2025. The Tarawih prayers at the National Mosque will begin at 8:30 p.m. throughout the holy month of Ramadan. On behalf of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council and His Eminence, the Mufti of Uganda, Dr. Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaji, I wish you all a successful fasting during the holy month of Ramadan. May Allah bless you and protect our country from all calamities. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar wa lillahi alhamd. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Osmosis again. Osmosis tried to pay. Money wasn't enough. He checked every pocket. Money wasn't enough. Osi, we're sorting it. With the Momo, we're sorting it. Osmosis checked again. Money still not enough. He looked everywhere. Hey, but what is going on? Osi, we're sorting it. With the Momo, we're sorting it.
When your money is not enough, we're sorting it with MTN Momo. Use the Momo app or dial *165 *5 hash to add call with Momo Advance and pay bills, send money or buy bundles.
A smile that is white, fresh and beautiful is a smile to be proud of. Discover new Colgate White and Fresh for the whole family with high quality and an incredible price.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census Report of 2016, in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability. Limited access to ICT and assistive technologies increases digital disparities, prompting UCOSAF's aim to promote digital inclusiveness for persons with disabilities. The ICT for People with Disability program aims to improve the accessibility of education and technology for persons with disabilities and promote their full and effective participation in society. UKUSA is implementing this program through the creation and maintenance of an online observatory for persons with disabilities intended to link persons with disabilities with service providers and different programs that empower them, and provision of adaptive tools that enhance their quality of life through ICTs and digital skilling.
Welcome to our business desk. Now, MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited, in partnership with MasterCard, Diamond Trust Bank and Network International, have launched the virtual card by Mobile Money Momo. Let's hear more.
As part of MTN's Ambition 2025, which focuses on promoting financial inclusion and economic empowerment across Africa, the company has launched a virtual card by Mobile Money Momo.
The launch of this virtual card allows us to extend our payment use cases across the globe. And therefore, this virtual card comes as an additional capability to the existing capabilities that are there for our mobile money subscribers, to allow them to purchase online, to do subscriptions, to post adverts online using the virtual card without really having to think about opening a bank account for specifically this use case.
This virtual card by Momo is an innovative payment solution designed to enable MTN Momo subscribers to perform and secure online transactions without needing a physical card or bank account.
You are customers, what are we committing in front of you? So it's really to commit that this card, at the back of it, there is a very formidable state-of-the-art cyber framework. So be rest assured that the card is secure, the card is going to be used in a more friendly way, more faster way, but most importantly, limitless when it comes to jurisdictions or borders. So for that matter, start now, go and conquer the world.
The initiative has been launched in collaboration with MasterCard, Diamond Trust Bank and Network International, and simplifies everyday online transactions and thus enhancing the financial ecosystem.
By using this card, you're creating this digital footprint. And what that does is when a consumer has a digital footprint, you're able to understand, because taking that data, banks, lenders can provide loans to people, to businesses, and they can then further enrich themselves and prosper.
The virtual card by Momo is also designed further to meet the needs of a diverse user base, including school fees payment, small business owners, online shoppers, travelers, and local e-commerce like purchase of food. Bank of Uganda statistics indicate that mobile money transactions reached 191 trillion shillings in the 12 months to June 2023, which is a 23% increase from 156 trillion in the same period in 2022.
The United Border Riders Cooperative Union has signed a memorandum of understanding with CIPRO Uganda, the world's largest electric mobility manufacturer, to make electricity motorcycles more accessible and affordable for border riders across Uganda. More in this report.
Border riders play a crucial role in Uganda's transport sector and economy. Through this initiative, they will have the opportunity to save more and more and transition into a future of clean and cost-effective mobility. As a sign of commitment, Spiro Uganda has donated 5 new electric borders to the United Border Riders Cooperative Union to support the operations nationwide. Spiro Group CEO Kaushik Buman announced that Spiro Uganda will begin local production of electric bodabodas on 1st June this year. This move will enable thousands of bodaboda riders to transition to electric transport without financial strain, while significantly reducing the environmental impact of daily transportation.
The bike will be made by Ugandans for Uganda. So the point of making a factory here in Uganda on a large scale is to bring the best of technology in Uganda. This bike which you see here, Econ, this is designed by Spiro. The bike, the best quality materials have gone into from Spiro's inputs. Why? Because we know that for our Boda brothers and sisters who are driving, we at Spiro, we are fully committed to create jobs for our Ugandan brothers and sisters.
Spiro Deputy Manager Bruce Muchunguzi emphasized the environmental benefits of electric bodabodas and highlighted the company's commitment to training riders to help them adapt to the new technology.
Meanwhile, that same customer taking an old used ice bike will experience a reduced performance in power because of the nature of the engine's wear and tear and the ruggedness of our terrain. Now, therefore, a boda rider with an old Spiro bike will not be worried about whether he will complete the trip he's begun with his customer. 2, he will not be scared of any hill or mountain or valley that he meets. 3, in case he needs to brake abruptly, he's assured of an immediate response from the bike due to the design of the throttle cutoff.
United Boda Riders Cooperative Union President Frank Maweje praised the initiative, stating that it aligns with President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's vision of economic transformation. He noted that the affordability and efficiency of Spiro bodabodas would improve the livelihoods of riders across the country.
In our city, if you stand here and look at the other extreme city, you'll not be able to see buildings because of emission. So with the environment, electric bikes are doing good. And the government is encouraging us to use electric bikes because even when these companies, these countries fight this Russia, the big fuel supplying companies, we get problems here. You find a little fuel that has been sold at 4 or 5.
Charity Marion Imnat and Jamil Sekaja for UBC News.
Well, that's all we had time for. Thank you once again for allowing us into your space. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango, and Elizabeth Nakakuni has been with us on sign language. Let's meet again at 10 o'clock.